The storm hit the valley like a living monster. Purple lightning spread across the sky, making the ground shake with every strike. Winds howled like angry spirits, lifting sand, stones, and pieces of old metal. No human, no alien, no creature could survive outside for long. Inside a small survival shelter, a human man named Ethan checked the storm meter again and again. He had lived in this lonely outpost for months, studying strange weather patterns. But tonight's storm, this was something he had never seen before. The air felt heavy, almost alive. The ground vibrated like footsteps were moving under the soil. Then, bang! Something slammed the outside door so hard that the entire shelter shook. Ethan froze. He thought maybe a piece of metal hit the door. Or maybe a storm rock. But then he heard something else. A soft, painful sound. A cough. A voice. Someone was outside. Before he could move, the door burst open, and a figure fell inside the shelter. It was an alien woman. Tall, silver-skinned, wearing a torn cloak that glowed faintly under the storm lights. Her hair was wet from the strange purple rain, and her markings flickered like dying fireflies. She gasped for air, collapsed on the floor, and then looked up and froze the moment she saw Ethan. Her eyes widened in pure shock. She pushed herself backward until her back hit the wall, breathing fast, as if she had found something impossible. "A human," she whispered, her voice shaking. "No, you should not be here. This region is forbidden for your kind." Ethan raised his hand slowly, trying not to scare her. "I'm not here to hurt you," he said. "You're injured. The storm almost killed you." But she didn't relax. Her whole body stayed tense, her glowing markings turning dim with fear. "You don't understand," she whispered. "If they find me near a human, they will kill you first." "Who?" Ethan asked. Before she could answer, a deep roar rolled across the valley. It wasn't thunder. It sounded like something huge was flying through the clouds. Something hunting. The alien woman looked toward the door with terrified eyes. "They are coming," she said. "Not just a storm, the hunters inside it." Ethan helped her sit up, even though she tried to pull away. "Why would they kill me? I don't even know you." She looked at him with strange confusion, almost pain. Because humans carry something dangerous to them. Something they fear more than storms. Your will, your strength, your unpredictable heart. The shelter shook again. A shadow moved outside the window, large enough to block the lightning for a moment. Ethan locked the door quickly. The alien woman whispered, "They know I entered the shelter. They will check everyone. They will break this door." Ethan grabbed a tool from the table. "Then we won't let them." For the first time, she stared at him not with fear, but with disbelief. A human was standing between her and the storm, and that changed everything. Inside the shelter, the sound of the storm grew heavier, like giant hands beating on the roof. Ethan stood near the door with a tool in his hand, ready for anything. The alien woman sat weakly against the wall, her glowing markings flickering like a broken lamp. Her breathing was uneven, every inhale sharp with pain. Ethan looked at her carefully. "You said they are coming for you. Who are they?" She hesitated. Her eyes moved to the window as purple lightning flashed again across the sky. Only after a long breath did she whisper, "My clan. The Storm Clan." Ethan frowned. He had heard rumors about them, an alien tribe able to control weather and use storms as weapons. But he never thought they lived this close to humans. "Why are they hunting you?" he asked. This time she lowered her gaze, ashamed. "Because I ran away from a ritual. A cool one. A ritual that would destroy a nearby human colony at sunrise." Ethan's hands tightened around the tool. "What kind of ritual?" She looked up, her eyes filled with fear and guilt. "The Storm Clan uses weather as punishment. They plan to call a skybreaker storm, one strong enough to wipe out an entire human settlement. I refuse to join it. I refuse to help kill innocent people." Her voice shook. "So they marked me a traitor." Outside, a deep mechanical hum pierced the storm wind. Ethan peeked through a small metal slit in the door. A glowing drone flew past, scanning the area with blue light. "They are searching for heat signatures," she whispered. "They will find us." Ethan turned to her. "Then we move before they break in. Can you walk?" She tried to stand, but her legs trembled violently. The storm rain had burned her skin. She winced as she touched her arm. The storm is toxic for me. Only Storm Clan members can handle it. I escaped too long in the rain. My strength is almost gone. Ethan thought quickly. His shelter had old mining tunnels underneath, tunnels strong enough to withstand storms. We can go underground, he said. There's a tunnel that leads toward the old research dome. We can hide there. But she shook her head. If we hide, your people still die. Ethan stared at her, confused. What do you mean? She pointed weakly at his chest. You, human, you can resist storm energy. Your body does not break easily. That is why the Storm Clan fears your kind. You could stop the ritual. You could break their storm engine. You are the only chance to save your people. Ethan blinked in disbelief. He had never seen himself as special. But she looked at him like he was the only one who could change the future. Outside, footsteps echoed, heavy, metallic, inhuman. Storm hunters had landed. Ethan grabbed her arm gently. We'll stop them. But first, we survive this night. The alien woman stared at him, her voice soft and shocked. No human I met ever tried to protect me. Why you? Because you knocked on my door, Ethan said simply. For a moment, her markings glowed warm instead of cold. Then the door handle twisted. The hunters had found them. The door rattled hard as the Storm Clan hunters tried to force their way inside. Every hit made the metal frame bend a little more. Ethan knew they had only seconds before the door broke open. He helped the alien woman, Lyra, stand. Her legs were weak, her breathing shaky, but she held onto his arm with surprising trust. This way, Ethan whispered. He pulled open a hidden floor panel. Cold air rushed upward from the underground tunnels below. Lyra looked down nervously. These tunnels, they were built before the storms came. That's why they are safe, he said. Behind them, the door slammed again. The metal bent inward. Ethan climbed down first, then reached up to help Lyra. She tried to move quietly, but her boots scraped against the ladder. She winced. Her strength was fading fast. As soon as they reached the bottom, Ethan shut the panel. Darkness swallowed them until he switched on a small emergency lamp. Pale yellow light covered the narrow stone tunnel. Lyra leaned on the wall. I cannot run for long. My energy is almost gone. Ethan shook his head. Then I'll carry you. She stared at him like she couldn't believe a human would offer that. Before she could protest, the tunnel ceiling trembled. Hunters had entered the shelter above. Their voices echoed through the vents, sharp and cold. Scan for heat. The traitor is wounded. She cannot go far. Ethan crouched and signaled Lyra to climb onto his back. Her body was light, but he could feel her shivering. Her skin glowed faintly against his shoulders. They moved forward quickly. The tunnel was long, twisting, filled with old machines and rusted pipes. Every sound echoed. Ethan's footsteps, Lyra's weak breathing, the distant metallic thumps from above. They walked for several minutes until they heard something else. A roar. A deep, vibrating roar that traveled through the stone walls. Lyra stiffened. That is a storm beast. They released it to track us. What does it do? Ethan asked. It smells fear, she whispered, and human heat. Ethan didn't slow down. Instead, he moved faster. His calm surprised her. Most creatures panic when hunted. But this human, he kept going. They reached a large chamber where the tunnel split in two. Ethan checked the map etched on the wall. We go left, he said, but Lyra grabbed his wrist. No, left is dangerous. The tunnel is unstable. It will collapse in the storm vibrations. He looked at her. How do you know? A faint smile touched her lips. I grew up near these lands. I know every storm-shaken path. Footsteps echoed from the right tunnel, hunters closing in. Storm energy flickered like blue fire behind the walls. Ethan switched off the lamp. Darkness returned, but Lyra's markings glowed softly, showing him a safe path. They moved in silence until the ceiling shook violently. Dust fell. A crack ripped through the tunnel. Lyra gasped. They are using lightning charges. They want to trap us. Ethan spotted a metal door ahead, the entrance to the abandoned research dome. If we reach that dome, he said, we might find something to stop the ritual. Another roar thundered behind them. Closer now, Lyra whispered with fear. Ethan, the beast is near. Ethan tightened his grip. Then we run. And together, they rushed toward the dome as a storm beast crawled into the tunnel behind them, its glowing eyes breaking the darkness. Ethan and Lyra reached the end of the tunnel, just as a storm beast's claws scraped the stone behind them. Its glowing blue eyes shone like two burning moons in the dark. Its breath was hot, electric, and hungry. Ethan slammed his shoulder into the metal door of the research dome. It creaked, but didn't open. The storm beast roared, the tunnel shaking violently. Lyra whispered, weak and afraid, Ethan, it will reach us. Leave me. Save yourself. Ethan didn't even look back. Not happening. He pushed again, harder this time, until the old door finally burst open. They fell inside, and Ethan quickly pulled it shut. The beast slammed against the door from the other side, but the reinforced steel held. Inside, faint emergency lights flickered, revealing dusty machines, broken screens, and strange human devices long abandoned. Ethan searched fast. There must be something here, something to stop the ritual. Lyra pointed weakly at a large core machine in the center of the room. That device? Humans built it decades ago. They tried to study storm energy, but it failed. Ethan walked toward it. No, they gave up. That doesn't mean it failed. He pressed the main switch. Nothing. He hit it again. Still nothing. But then Lyra touched the machine with her glowing hand. Storm energy sparked through the wires. Lights flickered to life. The machine hummed loudly, shaking the dome. A pillar of white-blue light shot upward through the roof, piercing the clouds above the valley. Lyra gasped. This will stabilize the storm for a short time. It will delay the ritual. But my clan will come. And they did. The doors of the dome blasted open, sending Ethan flying backward. Storm wind rushed inside like a living creature. Lyra shielded her face as three armored Storm Clan hunters entered, lightning dancing across their arms. Then a fourth figure stepped in. Tall, powerful, with darker markings and sharp eyes. Lyra froze. Brother. Her brother looked at Ethan with disgust. A human dared to protect you? You shame our clan. Ethan stood up again, chest rising with heavy breaths. She didn't want to kill innocent people. That makes her braver than all of you. The brother lifted his arm. A bolt of lightning shot straight at Ethan. Lyra screamed, but Ethan didn't fall. The machine stabilizer field reacted, surrounding him with a faint white glow. The lightning hit him and died instantly. The hunters stepped back in shock. Lyra whispered, stunned, Humans, you resist storm energy. This is why they fear you. Ethan moved forward, eyes locked on Lyra's brother. You won't take her. Then you die, the brother growled. They charged at each other, alien lightning versus human determination. Ethan blocked the strike with a metal rod from the dome floor. The stabilizer shield amplified the impact, sending the brother crashing into the wall. The other hunters hesitated, stunned by the human strength. Lyra rose shakily. Enough. I choose my own path. She placed a hand on the machine core and released a surge of her storm energy. The machine responded instantly, sending a massive blast of stabilizing light across the sky. The storm outside collapsed. The ritual died. The valley became calm for the first time in years. Her brother and the hunters, without storm power, retreated into the darkness, defeated. Ethan breathed deeply, exhausted. Lyra looked at him with soft, glowing eyes. You stood against my clan, against the sky itself. Why? Ethan smiled faintly. Because you deserve someone to stand with you. Storm or no storm. Lyra stepped closer, her voice barely a whisper. Humans, your courage is dangerous. But tonight, it saved me. She touched his hand gently. If you allow it, may I stay with you? At least for this night. Ethan nodded. You can stay as long as you want. Outside, the storm was gone. Inside, a new beginning formed quietly between human and alien, born not from fear, but from courage.